Hi, just a quick update on some characteristics to look for if you're trading the close through to the open. So I'm just here, I've got the SPX and I'm looking at three different sorts of liquidity, a time-laid liquidity, which is sort of that normalization of time, thickest being the closest to the current buying, thinnest being the furthest away, a range of 15 time periods to 500 time periods, and then a normalization of the weekdays. This is amortized over 15 days or normalized over 15 days, green being buying, again down underneath, and red or white being selling. The same here, red is selling, green is buying. And then here we're looking at liquidity sentiment, which looks at liquidity over a period of time, a much longer period of time, against everything else that's shown on the chart. So the current liquidity is tight. It has had a couple of tighter periods over this period of 2025, but at the moment it's tight, and that suggests a high price and people holding, not selling, holding their positions. We did have a loosen up period. Was one of the loosest periods here was the end of July. But generally, it's been tight, pretty steady the whole way through since the April bottom. If we just go back and we have a look at into the close, so we can see when we have strong buying into the close, we get a bump up again. Here we've had strong buying all day and we've got a bump up. Then we've had selling all day through. We can see a big block of selling here, and then pretty comfortable, even balanced. So if you hear me discuss balance, this is balanced buying and selling here. In a little bit of buying into the close here. If we just have a look, SPY looked a little bit different today. Oh no, SPY's pretty similar. You can see here during periods where we've sold into the close, so we're selling into the close here, and then we've had a down period. If we look at the SVX, the SVXY is really good for telling us what liquidity is going to do. It is traded a lot more than the VIX in a much more systematic way than the VIX, I always find. So its liquidity is always a bit of a tell. Like we've had a selling day here, selling. We've started to buy into the close. We can see right here in the close, it's really buying. So if you're looking at it in the last couple of minutes, you can really pick your next day. And so here again, we've had buying into the close, and then we've had a good increase in price, and then we've had selling, so we know it's a bit of an out day, a little bit of buying here, but it's pretty balanced. So it looks like it's going to be a flat day with weekly VIX expirations. Let's just have a look at some of the other indexes quickly. Here we can see the Qs here, very, very similar pattern. Again, although this is buying or holding or hedging, we can see it's really quite flat over a period of time, but this selling was very dominant here. So if you were day trading, this would have been a great sell here today. And then it really had a little bit of a bounce that might have put you off. I mean, I agree that's quite a good buy, but it's probably reactive when it's hit this high volume node center line. And then it's been quite a balanced day. Very interesting. If we go and look at the IWM, it's a completely different story, and the TNA was as well. If we have a look at the IWM, it's bought into the close here. It's jumped up and it's really held its buying, and then into the close again. Very strong buying as the traders during the day have made their mind up what's going to happen. If we have a look at this a little bit closer on both these days, this selling period through the top here, or holding period, is while they are working out what's happening. They're analysing what's come in for the news for the day. They haven't been working overnight for it. They're doing it during the day. Their trade is working out how to buy and trade and hedge for the next day's trading. And again, here we can see it all day. It's had this little bit of a sell, then it's had a little bit of a buy back up into this period, and then it's really been pretty flat until they've decided into the close it's going to be a good day again coming into Thursday. I was going to look at one more. Maybe I was just going to look at a chart over the period of the so the futures here, the futures are a lot more steady, but they do give you this sense of what's going to happen during the day. Here we've had filling all day, we've had a steady increase overnight, and that's due to the buying that we saw into the close yesterday. Now, although here in the futures it doesn't show that, that's because people are selling out of their positions after a very good gain for the day. Anyway, I hope that helps you to how to use these three indicators to see. You can see here a very strong buying day and then some selling into the close in the Pepperstone. Hope that helps you use these for your day trading. Thank you very much, and have a good 14th of August trading. Thank you.